For this first setup, what we have going on is we have Haven, the benchmark setup. We have it set up to do the preset extreme. This is their definition. It's not going to be full screen. It's going to be 1600 by 900. And as you can see, it's DirectX 11, ultra quality, extreme tessellation, no 3D, no multi-monitor. It's just going to be a lower resolution. Now, I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen capture so it doesn't interfere with anything, and then we'll go ahead and benchmark it at these standard numbers. I want you to pay attention to the temperature and the clock speed of the GPUs. Will be up in the little corners there, and we'll see if we can soak this thing out with a couple of tests after a couple of tests after a couple of tests. I don't have any games I can really stress it with, so we're going to go with what we got. Alrighty, that was at the Uni-Engine Haven benchmark extreme settings. You can see right there at 1600 by 900. We know what we're running. We're running the Windows 11. We're running the 11 on the DirectX. We had a maximum in this extreme mode of 600 frames per second. We had a minimum of 47. Essentially scored 7143, and the average was 283.6 for the extreme mode. Now what we're going to do is the same exact thing. I'm going to try to set it up, but instead of doing this 1600 by 900, I'm going to go 1440. We will watch out that this temperature up here, if you can see it, is around 55, 56 degrees. Let's see if we can get this little water loop working a little harder. Well, there we have it at 1440. As you can see, it's ultra and extreme. Of course, we had to do the custom to get it, but that's what we got. And what did we do numbers wise? Well, we still got a 32, 38, 128 on the frames per second average. We had a low of 42.4, a high of 308. That's at 1440p. Somewhere up there it should say that. That's the selection I made. 2560 at 14, I guess 1431. I don't know what it trimmed off, but we told it to use that mode, and we see up here at the top corner, it's pretty darn small, still running at 56 degrees C. It's been running the whole time. Now what we're going to do is we're going to run it at the basic or the middle position and see what it does. It's going to knock some stuff down. Should be a few more frames per second. Let's get to it. Well, there we were in the middle mode, the middle default mode, the basic mode, I guess it is. And it says we got 472.3 on the average, 847.9 on the max. It's 800, close enough to 850 frames per second to call it that, I guess. And we had minimum of 48 frames per second. There are a few spots that repeatedly kind of glitch the number down on the minimum frames per second at certain scenes. They do it every time, no matter what machine I've run this on, no matter what I've set it up with, what video card. It just seems to be part of the engine. But anyway, we got a score of 11,890. If we look at that temperature, we are running at 47 degrees, 49 degrees C. We'll see some 30s pop up there. If you look at it, it actually cools down quite a bit. There's not as much going on. We have clock speed there. If I haven't called it out before, 3150, memory at 10701. Yep, we're up to the 50s there. So there we go. What we're going to do is we're going to put it on the bare minimum. Probably, let's set it for HD but not full HD and see what we get. If it'll stick, we're going to try to run it this way. DirectX 9, low quality, tessellation off, disabled 3D, disabled multi-monitor because we only have one, anti-aliasing off, and it's 1280 by 720. So let's get it cooking. Alrighty, it looks like under these low settings, low quality, tessellation disabled, it is a custom. We're doing just HD instead of full HD. We got 478 frames per second, 12041, 881 on the frames per second, max 48 the minimum, and look at that temperature. Can you see it up there? Is it showing up on screen? Maybe I'll blow it up. 33 degrees C. Now let's check this out while it's running to see how this works. I'll have to bring a handheld up, and I'll go ahead and stop the recorder, but I'll leave Haven running. Hey, appreciate you watching. Do me a favor if you will, subscribe to the channel, either the YouTube or the Rumble channel, which this appears in. And if you can, check the notification bell or settings to make sure that you get notified when new videos are posted. Appreciate it. To see how this works, I'll have to bring a handheld up, and I'll go ahead and stop the recorder, but I'll leave Haven running. This never works really well, but we're going to give it a shot. There, we just finished that particular run that is on low of everything is low. Let's check that temperature, 33 degrees. We're running 400s or so in the frames per second. There's that 3150 on the graphics. The memory has dropped way down. We're just not using that much memory. But we'll go look at something here. All right. We're going to take our little thermometer. This is in centigrade, Celsius if you like. We're 18, if I get the glare off of it, 18.6 degrees is the wood desk here, which is a dark color. We're going to check the glass temperature. 22.3. Check it on this other side. Should be the same. 21.7. Let's check the top to see if we're getting any air out. Now it is plastic and it's been pushing air through it, so let's see what we're kicking out. 24.6. We've cooled down quite a bit very, very quickly when we stepped down to the low mode. Maybe we'll run it one more time on the maximum to heat this puppy up. And remember, we only got 50 degrees, 55. We never hit 60 that I could see on the GPU. Alrighty, we just came out of that. Let's check our temperatures. We're trying to get it heated up. Oh wow, it's a scorching 56 degrees C. After that, 95, that's pretty slow. What is that? Still doing a 3150, but it brought the memory up, and there's our results. Now we're going to take our little thermal, our little infrared guy right here and see what our temperatures are. Hit that glass again. 22.1, hit it on this side. Maybe got a little different air temperature, should be about the same. 21.6, a little higher. Maybe, I don't think it may be seeing through the glass, I don't know. Check the desk temperature. Should be about the same, 18.9, 18.8, there we go. Let's see if it's any warmer on the discharge air. 25.3 C. Go directly above the birthing person board, and it is 26.1. So it's moving some air. The air going into it is going to be a little bit cooler. Let's go around this side and hit the outside of the case. So we should be expecting the entering air to be somewhere around 18 degrees, and we're leaving at 25. So yeah, I'd say the cooling system is doing its thing. Monitor looks pretty good, actually. I'm not a big fan of ASUS, but yeah, it looks pretty decent to me.